Okay, it's Thursday. That means we get a TWID, and of course that's the best day of the week for a Destiny 2 player. There was at least a touch of sarcasm in there, just in case you need me to point that out. But we hang on, we wait, and let's see what TWID delivers for us today. As I've mentioned a couple of times, Bungie have said they'll start the wider conversation about the future of Destiny 2 as they approach the update that we're getting in June, so probably, realistically, we're looking at kind of May time before we get any more major announcements. But before that, Bungie have said that we will get Guardian games in the second half of March. There are 3 Tuesdays in the second half of March, so that's a relatively wide range. We'll see if they give us any further detail today. Guardian Games will bring a couple of new weapons as well as some reprised stuff. Hopefully, we'll get the return of Rushdown as well, yet for the moment that isn't confirmed. Then they've also said they want to improve the Iron Banner cadence, starting in April, so I'm assuming the first event in the Renegades season for Iron Banner is going to be at some point next month. And so that's kind of the pipeline we're looking at for those who are unaware. Next though, we're going to cover the TWID. Of course, this happening literally right after the launch of Marathon. Let us know if you're also engaging with that stuff down below. And for the quick rundown, we can see Orna declares the Praxic time trials have concluded. On top of that, they distribute Dark Age Hunt Community Challenge emblems. They talk about women at Bungie and some fundraisers that they're doing, On top of that, we have update 9554, which indeed was the patch we actually got on Tuesday. In addition to that, the new player guide discusses useful official and fan-made resources, and then we take a look at what's live in D2 this weekend at a glance. So the first section right here, as we can see, Praxic time trials are complete. Thanks to everyone that's taken part in Praxic time trials, our latest, but certainly not the last, community challenge. Ornor Mahal is content with the prowess Guardians have shown and how quickly they've mastered their newest exotic sword. Man, that was like 3 months ago. Anyway, we've also been told she has plans to have a heart-to-heart chat with a group of warlocks that maybe have been tempted by the Void a little too much. Similar to last week though, they say we've selected a few videos to show some of the feats the community achieved during these last 2 weeks. Everyone below will be granted Movie of the Week emblem in the coming days. If yours wasn't picked, don't worry. We're planning more community challenges with new opportunities to earn it. So there we go, some cool community videos inside of the TWID. We won't watch them here, of course, but you can check them out if you like. Otherwise, let's kind of move past that. They say all emblems have now been granted for the Dark Age Hunt, so your bows, glaives, and swords served you well in the community challenge. Guardians who completed Dark Age Hunt have been rewarded with the Fallen Torches emblem. Also, if you submitted a video to the form by February 13th and completed the challenge between January 27th and February 3rd, the Artifacting Signal emblem should also now be in your account as well. So if you think you are eligible for that or should have received it, if you log into D2 and check collections, Flare, General, that's how they will be found. They say due to the nature of how the emblems were distributed, you'll need to log into D2 before the emblem shows as available on Bungie.net or third-party websites. So that's the section on that. Otherwise, they celebrate Women's History Month. So in recognition of this, we're spotlighting 2 organizations, Women in Games International and Futures Without Violence. Both of those organizations lead innovative programs to build community, provide resources, and expand economic opportunities. For the first month of March, we invite our community to join us in making a difference. So basically, you can order the new International Women's Day collectible pin and receive accompanying code for the Empowered Voices emblem. And with each purchase, $7 will be donated to the Bungie Foundation to support women in games and Futures Without Violence. So a couple of different charity initiatives that they're actually supporting there. We can see the emblem right here. I believe that's the one at the top that you get by making the donation. On top of that, you can donate $10 through the Bungie Foundation campaign by March 31st and receive the new Cosmic Circuitry emblem, and all proceeds will support Women in Games International and Futures Without Violence, minus Tiltify and payment processing fees. So another charity initiative there from Bungie, which they do plenty of, and that's nice. Up next, they update the new player guide once again. So the next chapter of the player guide, reaching its 11th installment, as they point out, will be focused on the many resources that we at Bungie and the community have produced that may come in handy, from our Bungie Help website to third-party tools. So if you feel you want to check that out, most of you guys are very much comfortable with Destiny and how it works, but the new player guide is there if you want it in a kind of text format. Otherwise, they highlight that this week we got update 9554. The patch notes for that basically included a couple of minor cosmetic fixes. They also updated the season timer to reflect the fact that the major update for D2 will be dropping in June. And otherwise, for this week in Destiny, they highlight that we do have Accelerator Special Surge, so Special Surge, currently doubles all second slot weapon damage and increases the chance of special ammo drops in Portal activities. For the Crucible, we've got Checkmate Mix, Team Scorch, and Rumble featured. I know some weird stuff went on with the kind of OG Crucible playlist where half of the options were missing. I'm not sure if that's actually fixed yet, but for Crucible ops, it includes Relic and Mayhem. So I'm guessing the top node there is traditional Crucible. Otherwise, the Grandmaster Vanguard alert is Exodus Crash. And for Trials this weekend, the map will be Endless Veil with the Martlet Pulse Rifle as the featured weapon. They say, what about next week? Trials of Osiris will be headed to Jav 4 instead and will feature the Corundum Hammer. So I guess if you're still hunting any trial stuff, you can keep that in mind for the future. Otherwise, there is a known issues list. Generators in the fearsome Retainer Renegades mission cannot be damaged by the alt-fire missiles or stomp attack. On top of that, Tempest Strike can't be used while a Renegade ability jammer is active. And in rare instances, players who are pulled forward into the Epoptes encounter in the Desert Perpetual can get stuck in a black screen. Also, Wolfbane's light attacks are displaying the visual effects of Void instead of Solar. Otherwise, there's additional Artist of the Week stuff right here, which is very cool. Delta Echo shared that one, which is nice. Otherwise, there is a Movie of the Week as well. And finally, they point out, indeed, the Marathon launched today. Surprise! I mean, at least it wasn't at the very top of the TWID. But they say it's been a very special day in Bungie history. They talk about the pre-order bonuses, some codes for Marathon-themed things that you can get in D2, and the free runner kit package up for grabs in the Eververse store, if you didn't claim that a few weeks ago. Thank you for supporting our games, and today, more than ever, we will see you Starside. So, there we go. That's the TWID, my friends. I know players are not going to be mega hyped by it. It isn't massively surprising, because Bungie did say they're going to be a bit quieter, especially through the launch month for Marathon. And then as we approach June, like we said, they'll start to talk a bit more about what's going to be happening. So that's kind of the update we've got. Obviously, I appreciate that Bungie are doing kind of community activations and things like that. I'm not complaining that they exist or that Bungie focus on them, but it's certainly a shame that we're not getting a bit more conversation about things in the future. And we know a lot of stuff's going on behind the scenes in relation to Destiny, Bungie, and Marathon may be playing an impact in what their future plans will actually be for the game. So that's it. As I've said before though, definitely hopeful that we get past the initial Marathon launch and then Bungie have some stuff to say. Obviously they will announce when Guardian Games is actually going to drop, but otherwise, yeah, more kind of forward-facing roadmap stuff would be nice. But there we go, didn't want to miss the Destiny update. For today though guys, that is what we have to speak about. So, as always, I appreciate you tuning in. I'm trying to keep you all posted on Destiny 2 as much as I can. Bungie themselves admitted that TWIDs were going to be a bit lighter for the next few weeks, and I guess that will hopefully start to change around May, when they'll presumably be giving us a bit of info about what this next major update actually looks like now. And so as I said in the video earlier, I'm definitely still committed to covering Destiny content. I think some folks feel that because I've been doing some other things, that means I'm not going to be doing Destiny stuff. But obviously we have to work with what we've got, so for the moment, that was it. If you want to stay up to date with Destiny coverage though, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. I'll also keep you posted with Bungie updates. We'll be watching how Marathon performs over the course of the weekend because we know that has big implications for Bungie as a studio, so we'll crack on and see how it pans out. But otherwise for now, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.